Okay, so for the second half of this video, we are going to be making a patty melt meatloaf. And this is Cassie Berquist's recipe from Carnivore Quest. If you don't already follow Carnivore Quest, I highly suggest you do. They are sweet, wonderful people. They're friends of ours. We call them our friends. And, you know, they're just like us. They struggle like we do. And one thing me and Cassie have in common is we can both throw down in the kitchen. And so I am stealing her recipe tonight, but I'm sharing it with you guys. But I will make sure to tag them both in this video. So what you're going to need for this is one. For this recipe, you are going to need ground beef, American cheese, pork panko, Worcestershire sauce, sugar-free ketchup, onion powder, garlic powder, caraway seeds, onion, eggs, butter, and a great big bowl to mix it in. So here we go. Okay, so we're heating up our pan, medium heat. Then we're gonna throw in some butter and we're gonna throw in our sliced onions and get these nice and brown and caramelized. In the meantime, our oven is preheated to 350 because that's what we're gonna bake the meatloaf at. Okay, butter is all melted. Now we're just gonna toss our onions in here. Just get them coated in all the butter, all the beautiful, glorious butter. And we're going to just kind of saute them on medium heat and get them caramelized. One thing about the recipe that Cassie stressed on is soaking the caraway seeds overnight, because I guess they're pretty hard and crunchy, and so you want to soak them overnight to soften them up, and then that's what's gonna give it its patty melt flavor. So what we're gonna do now is we're just going to strain these. Okay, so we're just gonna set those aside. All right, and I'm gonna mix everything up here. Now I'm not gonna give you guys exact measurements and everything because this is not my recipe. This is Cassie's. And she gets all the traffic for this. So if you guys want to know exact measurements and everything, you got to go to her channel and check her out. Okay, so we are ready to add and mix our ingredients. I'm using 80-20 ground beef. If you prefer leaner ground beef, by all means, go ahead. She also says you can half this recipe, you can quarter this recipe, you can make it your own however you want, but I'm following her recipe exactly how she made it. So anyway, here we go. So I've got my ground beef in my big bowl here, and this is all the ingredients with the eggs that and she says to whisk it all together in a bowl, and then we're gonna pour it into our beef mixture here, or our ground beef here. It's not a mixture yet. And then we are going to add our pork panko. And now we're going to mix. Make sure you take your wedding ring off before you do this. Okay, our onions, nice and caramelized, that nice golden color. Some got a little more brown, but that's okay. I don't mind burnt onions, but we're going to go ahead and they're still hot, so I'm just going to kind of use my tongs here to kind of mix it in there. Okay, so we want to get all of our caramelized onions mixed in here, because like Cassie says, it's not a patty melt without the grilled onions. But if you're a strict carnivore, don't put the onions in here. So, and in this, in her recipe video, she does it all in a cast iron pan. I have cast iron pans, but I don't have one big enough for this 5 pounds of meat plus everything else. So the same cast iron pan that she caramelized her onions in, she baked the meatloaf in. Well, the great thing about Hexclad is it can go in the oven too. So we are going to go ahead and throw our mixture in here. And it's basically making a giant beef patty. Okay, now we're just gonna stick it in a 350-degree oven and we're gonna check it in about an hour. All right, we just took our patty melt patty out of the oven. Now we're just gonna drain the grease and we're gonna do the next step. Okay, 3 more steps to complete this meal. So we've got some white American cheese here, if I can peel it apart without it breaking on me. And we're just gonna lay layers of, or slices of cheese on top of the patty. All right, we have our cheese on here and the rest of our caramelized onion. We're just gonna throw it back in the oven for about 10 minutes just to make sure everything's melted and all that. And then we'll be back to serve it up. Okay, guys. Here it is. Beautiful, melty. I hope this tastes like a patty melt. We're gonna let this cool down for a little bit and then we will be back. Okay, you guys, moment of truth. This is Cassie's patty melt recipe. It's still really hot. Okay. That American cheese with the sweet caramelized onion is so good. Now, when my husband and I would get patty melts, we would get grilled jalapenos and onions on it. But you could throw some pickles on there, pickle relish. Wow. I think I'm gonna make this again, but I'm gonna add more caraway seeds. Because I'm only getting a subtle hint of the patty melt flavor, the rye flavor, a little, you know, into it, into the bite. Maybe I added a tad much Worcestershire sauce. And it's taken away from the flavor. But it's still really good. All right, well, y'all, this is dinner. This is Cassie's baked patty melt recipe. It's basically meatloaf, but it's really good. I will definitely make this again. All right. I've only been snacking on bacon all day while I've been cooking. This is the first actual meal I've had today, so I'm gonna go sit down and eat my dinner. This concludes part 2 of the meal prep for today. So anyway, thank y'all for watching. And if you like this video, don't forget to like and share and subscribe. And tell your friends about me. All right, guys. Until the next one, I love y'all. Stay full of meat and the Holy Spirit, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.